Well, the inevitable GOP nominee Donald Trump came out with his official position on abortion yesterday. Well, what does that mean? I got 3 judges in the Supreme Court.
It's true.
We overturned Roe.
It's true.
Strong pro-life message.
That is true.
Every life counts.
That is also true.
No. Just let the states do whatever they want.
What?
Really? Wow.
What the fuck?
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is What's Next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, What's Next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. Well, you had 2 good things. Well, I won't say good things. You had 2 things yesterday that occurred. You had the eclipse. Yes, the most monumental event of all time for 2024, and people were waiting for it. You had people out there wearing their glasses, of course, protective lenses, and then you had those without glasses, and yeah, just a little retarded. But anyway, that's just me. And then you had this, Donald Trump, the inevitable GOP nominee for 2024, to go against one-on-one with the sad one, Joe Dementia. Made an official announcement, his pro-life stance, his abortion stance. Well, what does that mean? Well, like I talked about in my intro, does it mean about the 3 judges that he helped get into the Supreme Court to overturn Roe, to burn it down to the ground after 49 years and killing off an entire generation? No. Was it about supporting states, saying, you know what, I got your back? No. Was it about standing up for pro-lifers? Or was it every life counts? Well, no, and no. Let the states do whatever they want and be damned the consequences. Because we have to reach across the aisles. We have to compromise. Yeah. That's not happening. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Donald Trump reveals abortion position, says states should decide. Former President Donald Trump officially announced his position on abortion on Monday, ending months-long speculation on how he would handle the issue should he be elected in November. In a video posted to Truth Social, Trump said the issue of abortion is about, quote, the will of the people, and should be left up to states to decide. The 45th president touted his role as nominating the Supreme Court justice who ultimately overturned Roe in the Dobbs decision, ending 50 years of invented constitutional right to abortion and sending the issue back to individual states and their elected representatives, which I have no problem with. Here's his official announcement.
The Republican Party will always support the creation of strong, thriving, and healthy American families. We want to make it easier for mothers and families to have babies, not harder. That includes supporting the availability of fertility treatments like IVF in every state in America. Like the overwhelming majority of Americans, including the vast majority of Republicans, conservatives, Christians, and pro-life Americans, I strongly support the availability of IVF for couples who are trying to have a precious baby. What could be more beautiful or better than that? Today, I'm pleased that the Alabama legislature has acted very quickly and passed legislation that preserves the availability of IVF in Alabama. They really did a great and fast job. The Republican Party should always be on the side of the miracle of life and the side of mothers, father, their beautiful babies, and that's what we are. IVF is an important part of that, and our great Republican Party will always be with you in your quest for the ultimate joy in life. Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights, especially since I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of something that all legal scholars, both sides, wanted and, in fact, demanded be ended. Roe v. Wade. They wanted it ended. It must be remembered that the Democrats are the radical ones on this position because they support abortion up to and even beyond the 9th month. The concept of having an abortion in the later months and even execution after birth, and that's exactly what it is. The baby is born, the baby is executed after birth, is unacceptable, and almost everyone agrees with that. My view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint, the states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land, in this case, the law of the state. Many states will be different. Many will have a different number of weeks, or some will have more conservative than others, and that's what they will be. At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people. You must follow your heart, or in many cases, your religion or your faith. Do what's right for your family and do what's right for yourself. Do what's right for your children. Do what's right for our country and vote. So important to vote. At the end of the day, it's all about will of the people. That's where we are right now, and that's what we want, the will of the people. I want to thank the 6 justices, Chief Justice John Roberts, Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, and Neil Gorsuch, incredible people, for having the courage to allow this long-term, hard-fought battle to finally end. This 50-year battle over Roe v. Wade took it out of the federal hands and brought it into the hearts, minds, and vote of the people in each state. It was really something. Now it's up to the states to do the right thing. Like Ronald Reagan, I am strongly in favor of exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. You must follow your heart on this issue, but remember, you must also win elections to restore our culture and, in fact, to save our country.
Trump's position to leave abortion up to individual states comes after he floated the possibility of federal legislation limiting abortion to 15 weeks of pregnancy. Such a limit would allow at least 95% of abortions to continue, and most occurs within the first 13 weeks of pregnancy, according to Centers for Disease Control Prevention. Some leading pro-life groups have also asked Trump to consider such legislation to combat Democrats' agenda of passing federal protections for abortion and would surpass Roe via Women's Health Protection Act, which is called bullshit, in which usurp state laws and allow abortion throughout pregnancy. For the most part, his announcement was very strong. It was very powerful. The will of the people. Every life counts. Protection of families, to introduce more families. But at the same time, it kind of bothers me. And the reason why it kind of bothers me is because this is the same Trump that once Roe was burned to the ground, you had a number of states, red states, automatically trigger anti-abortion, or should I say pro-life legislation. Ron DeSantis in Florida is probably the most notable of them for their laws to be triggered. And yet, he threw a number of GOP governors under the bus, including Ron DeSantis, for enacting such legislation. That's ridiculous. It made no sense. When you go out and you tout yourself the most pro-life president in history, now, based on his results, 3 judges overturned Roe, ended almost 50 years and killed off an entire generation of a made-up right, then yes, he is the most pro-life president, not since Reagan, probably in history. So that will be one of his crowning achievements. But at the same time, you have, for example, 11 pro-lifers. You have 11 pro-lifers. I think it's a group of pro-lifers who are going to serve 11 years in federal prison for stouting their views on abortion outside an abortion clinic. Protesting, which you have the right under the First Amendment. But yet, they're going to be thrown in prison, for that. Just heard a story the other day of another abortionist, of another pro-lifer who was protesting and also faces jail time. But where is Donald Trump on that? Now, me personally, I haven't heard anything out of Donald Trump's mouth regarding those pro-lifers who are going to be serving federal time for protesting. I haven't heard a peep out of him, and if I'm wrong, please leave a comment below. But for the most part, I agree with his stance. I do. I agree with his stance. But at the same time, you can't say, well, you know what, we're going to let the states decide. It's the law of the land. we're going to have strong red states. We're going to have, blue states. It is what it is. And I understand that. That's the reason why it got overturned. You let the states decide. But at the same time, you have to protect your position. You have to. And based on Donald Trump's history regarding states, red states enacting their legislation to protect life, yeah, it is very, very contradictory. Say one thing out of your mouth, and then out of the other side of your mouth, you're saying something totally different. So that is what kind of bothers me regarding his official stance on it. But then again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is what's next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. We'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Help it continue to grow. All right. Peace.